I'm a firm believer in capital gains over labor. Now, I have nothing against people that work 9 to 5 jobs. I'm a 9 to 5 worker myself. A majority of the people that are watching this are 9 to 5 workers, so I have nothing against what we do. But I feel as though we have to change the way that we view making money in America. America is an inheritance society. This is a society that rewards those that are able to preserve and accumulate wealth over generations. That's why it's so important that we set ourselves up as young people, as older people, as middle-aged people, regardless of your age, your ethnicity, your religion. It's important that you set yourself up with assets, things that pay you for owning them, instead of liabilities, things that you have to pay to own. That car that you just bought for $30,000 that you have a $20,000 car note for is a liability. And the house that you're living in, for example, is a combination of the two, but more so depending on if it's your primary residence or not. So your brokerage account is an asset. You are making money for owning these stocks, for owning these assets. Your rental property is an asset. You make money through rent and property appreciation, right? Your car is a liability. You lose money on your car note and you lose money through depreciation and insurance payments. The nice jewelry on your wrist, that is a depreciating asset. This, 9 out of 10 times, is not going to make you a good ROI, which is a return on investment. It's very important to understand these things because that's how you can game this system. America gives to those that have ownership. Ownership is number one, and it is king. You cannot make it to a certain level of wealth in this country if you don't understand this. While people are slaving away hour per hour trying to get checks, people like us, there are individuals in this world that we live in that are able to make money just from owning the things that they have bought at lower prices previously in the past. If I bought a house for $100,000 and it appreciates to $400,000, I technically just made a capital gain of $300,000. And I did that without having to lift a finger. That's the magic of compound interest and asset appreciation. And we're going to talk about even more of this when it comes down to the Federal Reserve printing money. Now, I don't want to get too complicated right now because I like to break these videos down so they're really easy to understand. But the Federal Reserve is printing money consistently. They call it quantitative easing. They have a whole bunch of other catcall names that they'll use in political media and political theater so that we don't know exactly what they're speaking about. But they're pumping liquidity, money, into capital markets, our economy. And the people at the very top, the bank firms, the insurance companies, the politicians, they get that money first. And they can then use that money to buy assets before the price goes up. By the time you and me get to see that money, it comes to us as inflation. So you might get a 3% raise at your job, but inflation's gone up by 10% already. You still lost 7%. These companies are effectively giving you a pay cut without directly cutting your paycheck to your face. So the next time you get paid, really think about what that paycheck represents. You have a voucher that's going to allow you to either be on the train or off the train when it takes off. The choice is up to you, and depending on what choice you make, you're either going to be a have or a have not. Food for thought.